Hey everyone, thanks for jumping back into the cryptoverse. Today we're just celebrating a $3,000 Ethereum. Okay, so let me just post this in a few different places. 3,000, and then we will jump in. I mean, it's Sunday night here. I don't know any way better to spend the Sunday night than celebrating a $3,000 Ether. So let us do that. I'm just going to post this a few different places. All right. So let's just let people trickle in for a minute. And let's just, let's just take this one step at a time. Is a 3K Ethereum surprising? I don't think it should be. This is, we've been discussing the Ethereum Tsunami forever now. Here it is. Here it is. So we'll see what we do here. And I just want to take a look at our regression rainbow and see where we are. This one. So I said, the orange, we certainly could go through the orange one. Purple one's on the card, or purple one's in the cards too. We have basically traversed the orange one where it currently goes up to a modest 31.40. So about $100, maybe about $90 higher than we currently are. So business as usual for Ethereum, nothing too crazy. Remember, I mean, this is just par for the course. Okay, I mean, look at this move. Look at this move that we've had. And I mean, if we just sort of draw a line through some of this data, it's just the same thing. I mean, it's just the same thing over and over. And again, I don't really think it should be that surprising that we are above 3K and we're not immediately dumping below it. It seemed, as I said before, I feel like a 3K Ethereum seems inevitable. But you know what I like better than a 3K Ethereum? A $3,100 Ethereum. I think I would like a $3,100 Ethereum a little bit more. So let's see if we can go to 3,100. We're currently at, I guess we're putting in new all-time highs now. Yeah, we just put in a new all-time high, 3,052.80. So we're putting in new all-time highs. Ether, weekly candles green, my friends. Let's see. I mean, we talked back in January, we talked about, okay, could we be breaking through it? And the answer was no. We're on the cusp. We're on the cusp of a breakout. And you might say, well, Ben, hasn't Ethereum already broken out? Well, I mean, it has. But I mean, this move here is, I mean, again, that's just it's just a 75% move. And in crypto, we don't generally get out of bed for 75% moves. So, when I look at this, we take a pragmatic view, right? We just take a pragmatic view to the market, and we say, you know what? The market cycle, seems like it's far from over. Corrections are going to come. Who really cares, right? Who cares? That we don't care about short-term corrections because, the market cycle as a whole, in my opinion, is still fairly far from being over. I just realized, I think maybe is it charging? Is my laptop charging? I guess it is. In terms of the entire cycle, I feel like it's far from being over. But the two directions we're going to go. We're either going to go up or down. The idea that we just go sideways forever is just not very likely. So, everyone will say, well, we're going to go up, down, or sideways. I don't think the Ethereum Bitcoin ratio is going to go up or down. I don't think it's going to go sideways. I think it's just going to go up or down. So then that leaves you with this direction or this direction. And I know it certainly is easy to assume it's going to come back down. And I would say there's a decent probability that happens. But imagine how crazy it would be if we didn't. And in the same way that we basically just dropped like a rock from 0.08 down to 0.03, What if we just went from 0.03 back to 0.08? So I don't know. I mean, it's easy to get carried away in these markets, of course, but I also know that acting deterministically and saying that it has to go down can also get you into trouble. Okay, so I will say, I will say that there's a decent probability we come back down and cool off for a while. But I've also seen before, everyone sell all their Ethereum, at the top of the channel, and then it breaks above it, and you're like, oh, so I don't think it really should change. I mean, if you want to offload some risk, I think that's fine. But I don't think in the grand scheme of the cycle, it makes a huge difference whether we go down and then back up, or if we go up and then maybe back down. I mean, if the thing is if we go up in the short term, the Ethereum Bitcoin valuation goes up and does this, I feel like we might get to the point where we're too far gone. Okay, too far gone. And right now we're still just playing in the sandbox. It's the same sandbox we've been playing in since July of 2019. That sandbox hasn't changed. This is another sandbox over here. Okay, and we haven't been in that one. We haven't been in that one in a long time. So there's some other things to consider too. And it's not just the Ethereum Bitcoin valuation, because I think a lot of people make the mistake of assuming that going to 0.15 is a requirement. Now, I will remind you, the supply of Ethereum is not constant. Okay, it's far from being constant, and because the supply is not constant, then we know the market cap is a function of the price and the supply. So I'm gonna take you guys through an interesting thought exercise. And I haven't even done this yet, but we're just gonna walk through it and see where it takes us. Okay, that's all we're gonna do. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna start with coin market cap, and I'm trying to remember. Let me see. Okay, so let me show you guys what I'm going to do here. So we're going to start with CoinMarketCap, and this is going to be a bit of a journey while we navigate this. So I would say just sit tight for a little bit, and we'll try to understand what's going on. So we want to see not what is the theoretical max based on the Ethereum Bitcoin valuation, because we know the Ethereum Bitcoin valuation in terms of speculating on a top isn't really that important considering the supply is not constant. We could look at the Ethereum market cap and the Bitcoin market cap and make a little bit of a better prediction, and we've done that before, and we'll do that in TradingView in a minute. But one thing you can easily do, go to coin, if you go to look at the historical snapshots on CoinMarketCap, we know that Ethereum peaked on January 13th. Okay, so of 2018. So we're going to go to January 13th of 2018. And on the daily, it looks like it was at 1396. Okay, so a modest, very, very modest 1396.42. But you'll notice that Bitcoin was below its prior all-time high. Okay, so the market cap here, 135 divided by 241. So 135 divided by 241 would put you at 56%. Okay, so 56% was the portion of Bitcoin's market cap that Ethereum made up back then. Now what we're going to do is we're going to look to see where they are today. Okay, so right now we're at 352 divided by a modest 1.085 trillion. So let's look that up. So 350, let's say 353 if we round it, and 1.086. So let's say 353 and 1.086. And I'm going to open up a new tab so we just have everything ready to go. So we'll just say 0.353 divided by 1.086. 1.086. And what does that show you? It shows you that currently we're coming in at a very at a much lower 32.5%. But remember, we've reached 56%. Okay, so the Ethereum market cap has reached 56% of Bitcoin's market cap in the past. And right now, we're actually only at 32.5%. So that shows you right there that they're, just based on that, I think there's wiggle room. And I do think it's possible that Ethereum makes it to 56% of Bitcoin's market capitalization. It might not happen in this run, but I do think it'll happen in this market cycle. And it might even go higher. I don't think that Ethereum will flip. I don't think Ethereum will flip Bitcoin. And I say that as a very, strong Ethereum bull. And I would also like to say that if it did flip it, I would assume that it would be very temporary. Okay, I would assume it'd be very temporary if it did, but I don't even think it will. So the other way we can look at this is we can go here and look at the market cap of Ethereum. So here's the market cap of Ethereum. And all we're gonna do, let's zoom out. All we're gonna do is we're gonna divide it by the market cap of Bitcoin. And there you go. There you go. So what you'll notice, and we've talked about this before, is that to get to the peak, you would need to go up 120%. So it would need to go up another 100. Is that right? Is this wick right? I don't even know if this wick is right. Actually, you know what? This wick was actually on a different date. I wonder if it reached a higher percent. So that's what it reached at the peak. These are weekly candles. Let me go to daily candles and see how it looks. So, okay, right. So it looks like it actually went higher. It went higher a couple weeks later. I forgot about that. It's right though, because you can see it did it here. It did it here. So you can see the Ethereum USD valuation peaked on January 13th. The Ethereum Bitcoin valuation peaked on January 29th. So it was about 2 weeks later. And we know that it peaked the same day, the same time, the same week, I should say, maybe not exactly the same day, the same week that Bitcoin broke through its bull market support. The week of the 29th. The week of the 29th. Okay, so Ethereum's valuation against Bitcoin peaked on the week of the 29th. But you can see, so it actually went higher. It went higher than 56%. It actually went all the way up to, over here, it went all the way up to like 72%. So that would even indicate there's even more. But anyways, 120% move would get us there. 120%. But if you only think about it in terms of the Ethereum Bitcoin valuation, you might say, well, it has to go up to this level. But that would actually take you up 190%. So I'm not very optimistic about Ethereum making it to 0.15, honestly. I think what's sort of going on here is we're converging to the long-term fair value. So if imagine you had like a logarithmic regression equation sort of fit through here, I feel like maybe it's doing something like that, where where we go above it and below it and above it, below it, and then maybe we go above it. I think we're sort of converging to whatever the fair value, the macro fair value is, in terms of the Ethereum Bitcoin valuation, and it's just one hell of a journey that, I'm glad we're on it, but it is one crazy journey to be on. So here we are. We're basically at the top of this same channel. It's not exactly perfect at the top of that same channel, whether you look at it in terms of the market cap or you look at it in terms of the Bitcoin valuation. But anyways, Ethereum's continuing to put in new all-time highs. And if you look at the daily candles, let's just take a look and continue our journey here. So 5%, 9%, 5%, 3%, 0.27%, 0.64%, 6%, 0.11%, 0.11%. I don't know what we're doing there, but 4%. Okay, so far we're 4% up on the day, and hey, the Ethereum tsunami continues, right? What more is there to say? The Ethereum tsunami continues. There's a rumor going around that the number of concurrent viewers on this live stream is where the peak is. So hopefully we can pump those numbers up. By the way, if you guys like the content, make sure you subscribe to the channel and give the video a thumbs up. Let's go for 350,000 subscribers. Let's make sure we hit that. So also remember too, we actually, we have the premium list bull market sale. So if you've been waiting to get on the premium list, now's a good time because we just discount the rate. So check it out. I'll put it in the comments there. Navigate how, or you'll see how I'm navigating these markets. And there's a whole lot of other stuff that comes with it, including the first Into the Cryptoverse NFT soon, Telegram alerts channel, weekly videos and reports, not just on crypto, by the way. We talk about other markets too. So check it out. Anyways, why don't we go to, say, our natural log over the 20 week. We'll take a look at that. Still seems like there's plenty of room. Which again, I mean, it just sort of shows you where we are and how crazy things were back in January. Remember, it's all relative, okay? It's all relative based on, you know, the euphoria that you might have felt in January. You felt because it was up like 2x in a relatively short period of time. But then that euphoria is fleeting, and so euphoria in crypto is very, very much relative. And now we're back into some, you know, euphoric feelings, right? I mean, people, I'm sure a lot of people are feeling somewhat euphoric right now. Ether Bitcoin's at 0.0526, so continuing to move up here. Let's zoom in and see where we are. So that's where we are. All right. Maybe we'll catch 3,100. I mean, you know, one nice thing about continuing to move up is that these $100 price moves don't become as difficult because it represents a smaller and smaller percentage of the value of Ethereum. Okay, so you know, when you're at $300 for Ethereum to go up $100, it's a pretty big deal. When you're at 3K for it to go up $100, it's like, yeah, do you even get out of bed for that? When you have maybe a 5K Ethereum, you probably don't even get out of bed. I mean, you know, who cares if it goes up $200, right? I mean, that's just a Tuesday. So it's all relative, and I think we're just sort of staying the course. We're sort of staying the course here. And really, I mean, this has probably been the most impressive run we've had since it started. I mean, it looks like back in March we had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 green weekly candles in a row, and we're currently 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Let's measure the percent move. So from the bottom to the top of this candle was about 74%, and then this one should be about 40%, maybe a little bit. Or sorry, it was 40% last week. Now it's about, let's see, 80% or so. So yeah, I mean, it's more impressive than the one we had back in March. Let's see what this one was. It was a string of 4 greens in a row. This one was around 84%. This one was probably the most impressive by ROI in a very short period of time, because this was only 4 weeks and it went up 113% in 4 weeks. So you can see we had, you know, 74%, 84%, 113%. We're currently at 80% now. This little bunny hill was 46%. So I'll say this to you now, right? Hey, it's the same course we've been on, right? It's the same course we've been on. I wouldn't sweat the moves down. Generally speaking, there's going to be, you know, I imagine there's going to be some pretty nasty ones. I mean, this was a pretty nasty one. I went from like 2,040 all the way down to 1,300. And I can assure you, if you were not in Ethereum back then, I mean, that was a hard drop. I mean, it was 37% or so. So, I mean, this turned a few stomachs. We're going to have more of those. Just is what it is. I mean, that's just the nature of crypto, right? So, and you can see, and one of the things we said, right, is Bitcoin does not need to put in a new all-time high for Ethereum to put in a new all-time high. And that's exactly what we're getting, right? We're getting a Bitcoin that is still in a bounce, and we don't yet know if it's more than just a little bounce. So we have a Bitcoin in a bounce. It's fun to say. We have a Bitcoin in a bounce, and Ethereum's going crazy. the Ethereum Tsunami. And you can see a lot of the rest of the market isn't really keeping pace. So make sure you guys subscribe to the channel, give the video a thumbs up, check out the Telegram channel in the description below. And in the Telegram channel, we actually have over 34,000 people. So if you guys are looking for a chat community, I recommend checking it out. I will not message you first though. So if you join it and you get messaged by someone pretending to be me, remember I will not message you first. All right, I'm gonna take a look quickly at the ADA Ether valuation, because this is one that has to be bleeding. Sorry, what am I looking at here? Let's see, ADA. Oh, I'm done to be doing the division. ADA ETH. So now I'll say this: I'm a huge Ethereum bull, and I'm an ADA bull too. But there were a lot of influencers telling you to sell your Ethereum for ADA right there. And look what's happened. And I told you guys, I was like, no, you don't go liquidating your blue chip crypto on a pump of an altcoin. I'm very bullish on ADA again, and again, I have the ITC stake pool, so go earn interest on your ADA with the ITC stake pool. But you don't go selling your Ethereum chasing an altcoin. That's just, that's just crypto 101. And so, you know, it's one thing to sell your Ethereum for ADA down here, but you don't sell your blue chip cryptos, which in my opinion are Bitcoin and Ethereum, are your blue chip cryptos. You do not sell your blue chip cryptos for an altcoin in a pump. It's just crypto 101. And it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter if it had gone up. Like, even if you had sold your Ethereum for ADA over here and it still went up, I would have still said it was a terrible decision and you got lucky. But I still would have thought it was a terrible decision. Because it's not about your return, right? It's about your risk-adjusted return, and that would have been a really bad risk to take. And again, it shows you how bad of a risk that was. Don't listen to the people that tell you to sell your blue chip cryptos for an altcoin when it's pumped 400% against that blue chip crypto. It just doesn't make any sense. It does not make any sense. So they're basically just telling you what you probably already feel. And you really need to stick to the blue chips and have positions in the other cryptos. I mean, I have a position in ADA, and ADA's probably been my best performing asset, or one of the top performing assets that I've been holding for the last year. But that doesn't make it right to go sell your Ethereum for ADA when it's pumped 400% against that asset. So let's make sure we stay grounded here and we're not chasing pumps, because if you're chasing pumps and you're selling your blue chip cryptos for altcoins after they've pumped 400%, you're doing something wrong, in my opinion. It's not financial advice. Don't take it to the bank. I'm just giving you my opinion on chasing pumps. And it's much better to just get your positions in your top coins and let the pumps come to you. And I've told you guys my top coins are Bitcoin, Ethereum, Link, ADA, and DOT. And I think that they will stand the test of time, but I don't necessarily think it's wise to flip-flop every day whichever one's pumping, because you're basically just chasing, you're putting yourself in a position of weakness, and then when the other coin starts pumping, then you go back and buy it, and then maybe you buy it right when it stops pumping. And I'm sorry if you feel like you're being personally attacked, but just try to get out of that habit, right? Try to get out of that habit, and the sooner you break that habit, I think the better off you'll be in crypto. But anyways, let's see, how's everyone doing here? Can I do a video on taxes for capital gains? Well, I mean, I've always said that, long-term capital gains is much better than short-term capital gains. The problem with talking about taxes too much is it really depends on the country you're in. It depends on your tax bracket. It depends on how long you've been holding. So doing a one-size-fits-all approach to taxes doesn't really make a whole lot of sense when viewers of this channel are from all over the world. Does the moon need a license? What is that? What is that comment? Does the moon need license to drive a Lambo? think you can drive however fast you want on the moon. Hopefully we're headed to the Sea of Tranquility, right? I wouldn't mind driving through there. I think the Sea of Tranquility is a ways off, though. I don't know if we're going to make it to 10K, but if we do, if Ethereum makes it to 10K this cycle, which I don't even know if it will, I mean, to be completely honest, I'll probably be you know, exiting the market. But if it makes it to 10K, I think it's probably safe to say that that would be the Sea of Tranquility. So this is Ethereum's Sea of Tranquility up here, a $10,000 Ether. Another band name, Sea of Tranquility. Someone says if I put a house up there, it'll make it. We can put a house up here. Put a house right here. It'll be a big house. Actually, I might move this over a little bit because I don't know. I mean, if we keep moving up at this rate, that's a big if. Of course it's a big if. We'd be looking at November, basically, if we keep moving up at that rate. I don't know if we're gonna be able to sustain that. Let's give ourselves some wiggle room though. And actually, maybe we should switch this over to a different exchange that has a little bit more data here and goes back a little bit further. So let's do it again. So we'll draw it at 10K. That's 10,035, close enough, right? There it is. And then we'll our Sea of Tranquility. So if we keep moving up at the rate we have been, I mean, then we'd basically be looking at the, Q4, right? We'd be looking at Q4. But the reason why I say it might be wise to leave some wiggle room is because last cycle we had some cool-off periods. Okay? So I would assume too that we're going to have diminishing returns because, I mean, it doesn't make sense if we don't. I mean, that would lead to a $242,000 Ethereum. Obviously, that doesn't make a whole lot of sense. So I would assume we're going to have diminishing returns. But you look at this, when you look at this, and you can see that there were periods where, if in the current cycle, it would be, say, going sideways from June until basically for a year. I mean, that was a year of sideways movement, and it wasn't exactly... Sorry, I think one of my kids just woke up. I mean, it wasn't exactly sideways movement because we dropped here and we dropped here. These were pretty big corrections, by the way. But, I mean, it was more or less a year of not doing anything significant. And then here was another half year of not doing anything significant. So that's why I'm saying we haven't had any period like that yet in the current bull run. We might not, right? We might not. But we might want to leave ourselves some wiggle room in terms of getting there. So I would say, I mean, based on this, we should draw the garage there, right? I think that's where we would draw the garage, because this would be sort of like the earliest, the earliest we could reasonably get there. So that's where we probably would draw the garage. And it probably doesn't make sense to draw it starting at 10K because that would imply going to 20K, which I don't think is going to happen. But we're just going to leave it up there. And then we have our house, right? We have our house over here, and it looks something like that. It's a pretty big house. Actually, probably should maybe make it a couple stories because it's going to be a big house. It's going to be a big house. Probably not going to make it. These levels would be insane, but this would be where our Sea of Tranquility would be. Anyways, Let's see where we are. We're at 0.05267. Ether USD is at 33,051. I mean, you know, the market's good. Frederick says Ethereum got my kids out of bed. That's pretty funny. What are my top coins? Bitcoin, Ethereum, Linkada, and DOT. Window, I think it's good to buy ADA against Ether again. I mean that just depends on your own portfolio weights and whatnot. Yeah, I might have to go soon because if my 6-month-old is awake, then I'm not sure he's gonna be able to fall asleep if I'm making a video. Yeah, 10K takes a while, guys. All right. Let me check and see. Yeah, I'll play chess for a minute and see if the baby falls back to sleep. That way I don't have to talk. If you guys want to challenge me, you can challenge me on chess.com. Is this person online? All right, someone challenge me. I'm not really sure what they're rated because, well, maybe 1200 or maybe 700. Someone asked if I mean, yeah, it could break through. It's possible for it to break through. These are monthly candles. We're still moving up because we're now at 0.0527. So we are slowly moving up. It's a trick, right? So they just lost a piece because I took and then I took back, so I can't take anymore. All right, so we've basically we've now won the game. So because they're a full piece down, so this shouldn't be too hard at all to win. So we'll just go here, win another piece, we might go here, win that one. I'll just take it, kind of have to. And I'll go here. See if we can get a new all-time high. All right. Maybe I'll come in here and either grab that one or that one. Yeah, it looks like we're trying to push to a new all-time high here. Yeah, that doesn't really work. Now I'm getting this, that. I can take there. If he goes here, then I just take there. Then I take there. He goes there. But, okay. I'll just take... Alright, we are going to, we'll just do this so he doesn't get that one. I'll probably go this way, over this way. Or if he goes here, I'll just move the knight back. That doesn't really threaten anything because he can't really take it because I just take back. So I'm gonna leave a little safety spot for the king. Yeah, that's not a good move either. All right, we went on time, but we were easily gonna win there anyways. All right, let's see if we're getting a new all-time high. You can see we're close, so we're less than $1, right? We're less than $1 from an all-time high. So let's see if we can get that. I mean, 31. I mean, guys, I got to tell you, I mean, $3,000 Ethereum's nice. 3,100 probably feels better. Whew. Looking at 1 minute candles can be kind of scary sometimes. All right. All right, this guy's better. He's like 1,400, so I gotta pay attention. This will probably be the last chess game, because I'm not just gonna play chess all day. Let's see. I guess I'll go here. Hopefully, I'm not running into some trap. I'm guessing he'll take that way. Well, no, he takes that way. See here, here. I think I'd. I have this move, but I mean, I guess I won't if he takes with the queen, but I guess I could. I'll go here, and I'll probably just pull the knight back is my guess. Okay, we'll go here. I feel like I'm gonna lose this game. Oh look, we're coming back up. Maybe a new all-time high here soon. Yeah, I think I'm just gonna trade stuff off here because I'm not really sure what's going on. Probably gonna lose on time anyways. Yeah, maybe I have lost actually. Yeah, I'm gonna lose on time because I'm not really the best at paying attention here. I just dropped the rook anyways. He didn't see it. Yeah, I think I'm gonna lose on time. Let's keep an eye on the price here. So 3,055. let's see, 0.0526. I do think, I do think this next weekly candle is pretty important. I really do, because I probably will, it'll probably tell us whether we're headed back this way or we're actually going to break out here. And you look at monthly candles, and I look at the monthly candles on Ether USD actually. Look at these. These are ridiculous. What are we? Or sorry, no, look at 2-month candles. 90%, 90, 91%, 93%, 95%. We're currently at 10%. If we do another 90%, where does that put us? 5,300, 5,266. All right. Anyways, I don't really have anything else to say. I just wanted to, congratulate everyone who holds Ethereum on a 3K Ethereum, $3,000, 3,057 now, and moving up relatively quickly. So, congratulations to everyone who's been holding Ethereum for a long time. We knew this was going to happen. We knew that Ethereum would stand the test of time, that, the narratives of other projects overtaking it would only last for so long until that narrative was spent, and then profits would bleed back into Ethereum. And you're seeing that exact thing play out. Okay, you're seeing the Ethereum tsunami. We've talked about it for a long time. You're living it. You're living it right now. And enjoy the ride. Enjoy the ride. I don't know how long exactly it's going to last, but I'd say enjoy the ride. We're currently at 3,057, and this, we're currently in our 8th day of moving up, 8 days in a row. So, anyways, congratulations to everyone who's an Ethereum hodler, and we'll see where it takes us. Ether Bitcoin still looks pretty good. 0.0527. So. Prime said there has to be a retrace. I think there can be some lessons learned by Bitcoin too. Last cycle, so go to last cycle of Bitcoin. I think there are some lessons you can learn and try to apply that to Ethereum's current cycle, because there were times when we, here we went to $600, and we basically just went up to 1150, and we came back down to 750. We never went back to 600. Look at this move here. We started at 957. We went to 3,000. We came back to 2,000, but we never went back to 1,000. Okay, so a lot of times you will get dips, but they won't necessarily be anywhere. They won't be dips anywhere close to where maybe it was before on that move or whatever. And then this one took us from 1,900 up to 5,000, and then the largest dip here was back down to around 3,000. So we never went back to those levels until, we went back to 3,100, but it took us a long time to get there. So it was back way over here, a year, over a year later until we got back to that level. All right. Well, we'll see what Ethereum has in store for us. I think we'll probably wrap up the live stream there. Make sure you guys subscribe to the channel if you like the content. Remember to check out the premium list, and there's the sales going on. So if you've been waiting to get into that, check it out. Make sure you guys check it out. I'll post it in the chat. We have a Telegram channel too. So if you guys are looking for a chat room, over 34,000 people. You can continue the conversation in there. And remember, actually, I do have a Twitter. I don't really talk about it that much on here, but I am fairly active on Twitter. So if you guys want to follow me on Twitter, I'll post that in the comments as well. But thank you guys for tuning in. Hopefully we'll continue to ride this wave, and I will see you guys next time. Bye.